Sweet voices echo through pine-covered trails. A father and his 3 daughters vanish into the Washington wilderness on a quiet weekend camping trip. But only the girls are found, lifeless, hidden beneath branches. And their father? Gone without a trace. This is not an old, cold case. It's happening now. A mystery unfolding in real time. Each day that passes pulls us further from the truth, and closer to a terrifying realization: the one person who may hold the answers might never be found. This is the Silent Files. And this is the heartbreaking case of Travis Decker and his 3 little girls. Travis Decker, age 39, wasn't a name known to the public. He wasn't a celebrity. He wasn't infamous, until now. Until the quiet horror that turned him from a father into a fugitive. He was a divorced dad from Spokane, Washington. Friends described him as private, even shy. He was recently laid off from his HVAC job, trying to rebuild his life, and had been struggling emotionally for months. After a difficult custody battle with his ex-wife, Travis was finally granted a weekend visitation with his daughters. Ages 6, 8, and 11. Their names have not been released publicly, out of respect for the family. It was the first time he would be alone with them in over 2 months. He told his ex-wife they were heading to Lake Wenatchee State Park, a quiet, forested escape about 3 hours from Spokane. The girls were reportedly excited, laughing, packing snacks, and bringing their favorite stuffed animals. It was supposed to be a healing weekend. But that weekend never ended the way it should have. On the morning of Sunday, June 23, a lone hiker in the Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest noticed a red Toyota Tacoma parked at the edge of a dirt road deep within the tree line. The truck appeared abandoned, windows down, keys still inside. There was a strong odor and something about the scene felt off. When deputies arrived, they found blood pooled in the back seat, smeared across the fabric of a sleeping bag, and spattered across the tailgate. In the cab, Travis's wallet, his daughter's pink rain boots, a broken iPhone, and a small sketchbook. On the back page, scrawled in shaky red ink, were the words, "They were too good for this world." Less than 500 yards from the truck, hidden beneath a canopy of pine and moss, search dogs led deputies to an unspeakable discovery: the bodies of all 3 girls, laid side by side, partially concealed by branches and leaves. They were still in their pajamas. No signs of a struggle. No signs they tried to run. An autopsy would later confirm that all 3 died from blunt force trauma to the head. There were no defensive wounds. It was swift, silent, deliberate. And Travis was nowhere to be found. What followed was the immediate launch of one of the largest manhunts in Washington's history. Drones scanned miles of wilderness using infrared sensors. Helicopters swept ridgelines. Ground crews, cadaver dogs, and tactical teams pushed deep into the forest. Every day, more volunteers joined. More bloodhounds were brought in. But there was nothing. No footprints. No discarded clothing. No trace of a man on the run, or a man buried in the woods. Theories began to swirl. The most prominent is the simplest: Travis murdered his daughters in a premeditated act and intended to take his own life afterward. But something went wrong. Either he lost his nerve, or he's still out there. Others believe he planned the escape. That this was a long game. He left behind everything: his phone, ID, money, knowing it would delay the investigation. That he disappeared on purpose, maybe with help. Maybe to start over. Maybe he believed this was some twisted version of love and salvation. But some investigators are asking a different question: was there someone else? The accomplice theory, though still unproven, suggests the possibility that another person, perhaps someone Travis met online, was involved. Whether they helped plan it, cover it up, or perhaps even committed the murders themselves, this theory remains under active investigation. No evidence points in this direction, yet. We then come back to a man named Travis Decker. So who was he, really? Neighbors describe a man who kept to himself but was polite. A loner, yes, but not threatening. Friends from high school recall someone artistic, a bit withdrawn, never violent. But divorce court documents filed by his ex-wife reveal something darker. She described Travis as increasingly paranoid, prone to long depressive spells, and obsessed with the idea that the world was unsafe for children. That society would ruin them. In the weeks before the murders, Travis sold many of his belongings, including his computer, television, and even his couch. He cashed out his retirement account. Surveillance footage shows him buying a military-style survival knife and a camping shovel 2 days before the trip. And perhaps most disturbingly, he left a note in his journal: "When goodness is no longer welcome, I'll carve them a forever place." Psychologists say this is a common pattern in familial homicide cases involving suicidal ideation, a parent believing they are saving their children from the world, from pain, or from their other parent. It's not rage. It's not revenge. It's delusion. And it's deadly. The children's mother, whose identity is being protected, issued a heartbreaking statement through her attorney: "They were my heart. I trusted him with their lives. I will never forgive what he's taken from me, and I will never stop searching for justice." She is not alone. Communities across Washington have rallied behind her. Candlelight vigils have been held. Photos of the 3 girls, sweet, smiling, bright, are now etched into the memory of a nation. There is now a $250,000 reward for any information leading to the capture of Travis Decker. But weeks have passed. The trail is growing cold. And the Washington wilderness is vast. Law enforcement agencies are still hopeful, but realistic. If Travis planned this well enough, and left no digital trail, he may never be found. There is also the haunting possibility that he is no longer alive. That his body, like those of his daughters, lies hidden somewhere, waiting for time or weather to reveal him. And yet, many refuse to give up. Flyers are being circulated throughout Oregon, Idaho, Montana, even Canada. Truck stops, rest stations, and border checkpoints are on alert. But every day without answers makes justice feel further away. In all of this, we must not forget the names that matter most, though they haven't been released publicly. Their memory echoes in the photos, the stuffed animals left at vigils, and the voices of those who knew them. 3 girls. Full of promise. Taken too soon. And 1 man. Missing. Suspected. Hunted. But still free. If you know anything about Travis Decker's whereabouts, please contact the FBI or your local authorities immediately. This is the Silent Files. And some stories refuse to be buried.